Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this Friday morning, the first day of July. June is gone and July is here. One of the hottest months of the year, July and August. So we got all kind of cool things going on though, and a lot of good fishing, a lot of good activities in outdoors. Let's take a look at our weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard and hard-working crew, taking care of our everyday comfort needs. And speaking of comfortable, it's only going to get to about 86 today, which is comfortable compared to last week and with how in 94, 95 this time last week. Low tonight will be 75. Water temperature is 86.5 at the end of the pier. Our river readings, the Apalachicola at Bluntstown, 2.3. I know they're getting ready to enjoy those sandbars this weekend. The Choctawhatchee at Carabelle, right at even 3 foot. And that's going up with some of the rain we've had this week. And we have had some good thunderstorms coming in. We've got some at my house. We've got some good rain. I watch, all throughout the Panhandle. They've been like a wave, like we normally get a front coming through, big wave. It's just been that pattern of summer thunderstorms, but they have some heavy rain in them, so that's really good. It's good for the gardens, it's good for the animals and all, and it's really interesting to watch them as they develop and dump it out. They don't last long. If you watch them as they develop, they'll drop out and then they'll just disappear. It's like magic, they'll disappear. So I just get a kick out of. I don't sit there all day long watching, but sometimes I do. The tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Today is July the 1st, and look at the whole month. Today, great tides today, great water movement today and tomorrow, and first of next week. Now, next weekend is going to be sort of pretty slow as far as tidal flow. Saturday will be good next week if you like to plan ahead, a week or so ahead like I do. Wind direction will be coming out of south-southwest at about 8. Not a bad day to be on the water. Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I want to say a special good morning to Carol and George Sankey. Ran into her the other day, and she and her husband watch the show every morning. We appreciate the viewership, and hope you have a great day today. And speaking of great days, this is July 4th weekend, and Jeff and I won't be in the studio Monday. We have a great video you're going to really enjoy catching. Then on Tuesday, speaking of catching, Steve Shea will be here, our wildlife biologist who does a tremendous job and all the different things he does in outdoors. We'll be talking about gators and turkeys and red snapper and all that. So got some good stuff coming up next week. But you have a great July 4th, and try to be careful. I know y'all will. Most of our viewing audience are pretty careful. The ones not careful probably don't watch Panhandle Outdoors, but enjoy it and do a lot of. I know a lot of y'all will be doing cooking and all kinds of stuff on July 4th, barbecuing and shrimp boils and all kind of cool stuff along with a lot of us. I was trying to think of some things you could do, some outdoor stuff to do with family and friends that sort of, not just fishing and that kind of stuff, but just sort of some odd things. I wouldn't say odd, it really doesn't tie into doing outdoor stuff, but it's still outdoor stuff to do. So I looked online last night and picked up some stuff from different various sources. I thought it'd be cool things to do. Of course, the first thing you want to do is hang a flag. Okay, we got to hang a flag up. So we'll have one waving at the house and down at the Cape. But I thought this was cool. These little round watermelons, you find them all over the place. We don't get the long ones much anymore, but these little round ones do watermelon bowling. Have some kids around, set it up. You probably won't do it for a long period of time because kids get bored of it. But that would be fun to keep the scores on the watermelon bowling. Okay. Another would be fun too is take a hike if you have a chance. I mean, July 4th, everybody sort of be tied up around the house, but you get a chance to just get out and walk through the woods at a park or somewhere. You don't have to go on the Appalachian Trail, but just do some stuff. How many generations do you see something like this? I did this as a kid. Our grandkids did this. My kids did this. It's going to be hot during the day, but just late in the afternoon or something, get a fan in there and just act like they're camping in the backyard. They probably won't stay there all night, but that's just a fun thing to do. And they set up a primitive camp, like a lean-to and all. This is cool. Watch a patriotic movie outside. That would be fun. if it rains, you got to move it inside though. But get that popcorn and watch a movie. Host a sing-along, and I'm really good at. I'm not good at the picking and all, but we have some folks in our family that can play a guitar, and that's fun. Okay, this was cool. Play some patriotic games, all kind of different games with balloons. All kind of different things you can do. Or I was always good, like a little archery set. Nothing real big and fancy. Just let them pop the balloons and have a prize inside too, red, white, and blue. Everybody's gonna be watching the fireworks, and I don't know anywhere that's not having fireworks. I used to say, here's the place to go for fireworks. Now it's hard to get away from them. And this is our kids, our family. We do a lot of. I say we, the ladies, the girls in the family love to do these patriotic cakes and all stuff like that. That just adds a lot to July 4th. And you cannot have a weekend without some s'mores around the campfire. So that's just a fun thing to do. And let's see, that was just some sort of outdoor things to do, activities that you can enjoy. And I also want to mention, while I have a chance, if I can pull it up, the sales tax. Okay, the sales tax. What I want to mention for outdoors people like us, it's a sales tax holiday, July 1st through July 7th. And let me see. This is anyway, recreation. Here it is right here. I had it the first time. Recreational and outdoor supplies plus admissions to entertainment and cultural events will be tax exempt. It's called Freedom Week. Okay, so all kind of stuff. Right here in the middle paragraph: boating and water activity supplies, camping and fishing guide supplies, general outdoor supplies, pools, sporting equipment, and anyway, that's some really good. And also, there is a couple more that's. I'll go and mention it. It don't have anything to do with outdoors people, but the appliance sales tax exemption. Look at the date on it: July 1st, 2022 to June the 30th, 2023. So if you're going to buy a refrigerator or something like that. And then you're going to get the house. This is a 2-year exemption on something buy for the home, like impact-resistant doors and windows, garage doors. That's a good deal right there. A lot of us been waiting to do stuff and all. I need a garage door at the Cape House, and it'd be a good time to get it. Okay, so keep in mind fishing equipment and all this sales tax. But now the fishing and outdoor stuff is just 1 week. The other stuff, 2 years. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Glad you're with us on this Friday morning. That's some really interesting things. First of all, I saw a picture, the cameras and all on the houses, and you see it just takes whatever's in the yard. And I saw like a single tree way out in the yard, a big yard, and lightning hit. It showed a picture of lightning hitting a single tree, nothing around it. And just you remember one of the things we learned as kids, never, when it starts lightning, never run get under a tree. And it's a lot of times just human nature to go sort of get under shelter. But that just reminded me to remind you, even in a boat and all, don't go out there in the middle of somewhere and get around a tree or something tall. But I just wanted to pass that on to you. Now, y'all remember Bobby Smith? He's been on shows several times. One of the best bass fishermen in the Southeast. He's the one that had the lodge, each one of his bass. He's caught over 50,000 bass. He has, he's had it on the show before. Well, Bobby got a chance the other day to do some different kind of fishing. His wife posted this up. Sarah, this is Bobby. My hubby took a rare break from his bass fishing and went to the big pond. And he caught a beautiful grouper, some nice red snapper. But talking about a beautiful grouper, folks, look at that grouper. I texted her back. I said, did he put it in his, did he register in his log with his other bass and all? So good job, Bobby Smith. It's time to get Bobby back on the show. Will Nelson brought up a good point. This needs to happen at Deer Point. Last month, the FWC helped restock Lake Tarpon with 21,000 bass fingerlings. A total of approximately 250,000 were released at various points. We appreciate the hard work that FWC does to keep Lake Tarpon a first-class destination. And then what? Will Nelson, this needs to happen at Deer Point. I agree. It would be nice to get that many bass put back in there. Gone are the days when you could just hang your kid on the door while you shopped. I'll be right back, honey. You can't do that. Okay, there's Travis' phone number. Anytime you need to call him about anything at the shop, Panhandle Outdoors shop. I posted earlier this week. I want to post it one more time today. And this is Mark Stafford texted this to me. A good mess of fish caught on Owl Creek. I'm going to show you when we go to our fishing report where Owl Creek is. That is a fine mess of fish. Good job, Mark. This is John Van, okay, and Heath Anderson. These two local guys. But folks, this is a fine tarpon right here. Tarpon, okay. The fishing was nothing short of epic. And I managed to keep the hook in this one for the entire 2-hour fight. The tarpon was measured and released. I don't know who was more tired, me or the fish. She was 84 inches long and weighed approximately 180 pounds. And I got a couple of pictures of it right here. Is that not a classic? Okay, that's a 2-hour fight. Good job, John Van. And look at there. The thing about it, people now getting in the water with them, they used to put them upside the boat, but you get in the water, you can support them like that and sort of help them swim away. Okay. All right, good. That's some good pictures, isn't it? Okay, Johnny Sullivan's, they had an epic, well, he used the word again, what an epic day he had. He is, look at there, epic days. The red fishing, I think Tuesday or Wednesday of this week in the afternoon, was something. I got all kind of pictures. There's a little boy there. An aluminum boat. Good job of releasing them. A lot of bull reds were caught. I want to say Tuesday afternoon, maybe Wednesday afternoon. We really got it was just some really good fishing. And one of the reasons too, a lot of times, the wind moves around a little bit and the currents move around. I was trying to figure out why that afternoon was such a good afternoon, and the best way I could figure it, just some of the tide turn. Remember, I looked on the tide chart. We had really good, strong tides, and it'll really start moving. So a lot of folks are targeting those two species, the big bull reds, and now the tarpon. And I'm going to talk about on fishing report in a minute how the tarpon have just dominated the fishing scene. Okay, as far as people coming in and doing things. Now let's get ready to do our drawing. I'm going to add a name, Roger Newton. Roger, we're going to add your name to this. We'll get ready to do some, I'm going to do a summer sweepstakes. Probably, I don't know, maybe next week, a week after, maybe mid-summer sweepstakes, and give away some more stuff and all. So make sure you can register anytime. And when I draw your name one time, I sort of keep it out and save it over here. And matter of fact, you can see all the winners we've had so far this year. A bunch of winners, okay? You're just a winner. Even if you don't win this, you're still a winner for just watching Panhandle Outdoors. So let's get ready for our drawing. I know a lot of y'all this weekend are going to we'll be having cookouts and all. We'll be doing some fish and barbecuing, and we sort of mix it up. We'll have barbecue, the smoked stuff, and we'll also have some shrimp boil. But we're going to buy a tarpon dog. I'm going to play, and we buy about 12 to 15 pounds of shrimp for our group. Okay, here we go. Tarpon dog seafood giveaway for the $20 gift certificate. Okay. The winner, all the way from Cottondale, Jelena Barnes. All right, good job, Jelena. $20 gift certificate. And then the big red snapper is going to be all the way from Fountain. So we're got Cottondale and Fountain. This is Randy Steckley. Okay, Randy Steckley from Fountain. Okay. So the winner's right there. So we'll get set up for our famous Friday fishing forecast, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fish and game times. They're over there, so we won't take a look at them, but try to just go when you can today, okay? And you can also find some different sources for fish and game times. We want to start our famous Friday fishing forecast, and it's been a very good week fishing, freshwater and saltwater. I've just really been so pleased about looking at all the things. One thing, first thing I wrote down, I put a note together last night, you want to dodge the storms. Again, we're blessed with our electronics, with radars and all on the phone. You can see these storms develop, but you know, just because they're developing way away from you, don't mean they're not going to come towards you, and then all of a sudden they'll pop up. So it's still, I still use the old-fashioned method. I sort of look up to the skies and sort of see if I see that really dark cloud, I sort of moving away. So just keep that in mind this weekend. Dodge the storms. So don't keep your anchor in the water too long. I wrote down, of course, the big thing is red snapper. It's been a banner year on red snapper. It has been. The best thing to do, you know, go with a private group, just 3 or 4 guys and girls get together, or either just charter your boat. There's some really good captains around here that are doing some fine fishing. Okay, I want to go to creeks. I showed you a picture of Owl Creek and what some fish that were caught in it by Mark. And as I go to what I want to do, I want to show you, I don't know how well you do Google Earth. Mine needs to be updated. I don't know how to update it because a lot of the pictures are real old. A lot of the satellite views, I was just telling Jeff, where the old airport is, where all that housing is at Sweet Bay and all those apartments, all kind of growth is going on the last 2 years. If you were to go on to look at the Google Earth, it's still the old airport. Anyway, you go to it. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna type in Owl Creek. Okay, right here is Owl Creek. I'm just gonna hit Owl Creek right there, and it's gonna take me to Owl Creek. Boom! Look at there. So if I mention a place you don't know of or you're not real comfortable about trying to find it, if you have Google Earth, you can just okay. Look at that picture. This is a picture from Owl Creek. That is a beautiful place. I haven't fished it in a while. I would like to get back to it. A lot of folks know exactly what I'm talking about. But here's Owl Creek right here. And to put it in perspective, here's Sumatra. I'm always talking about Sumatra. And that's just a cool place. A lot of outdoors people up there. But that's highway. I'm going to blow it up a little bit, sort of see where we are. It's not too far from Stifford Nugget, but you see where it's across the river. Anyway, so getting to Owl Creek, anyway, there's a campground through in here and the Hickory Landing, this whole creek system. And it flows on into the big river, hits the big river. Now, a lot of us will go into Big River and go up Owl Creek. And there's a landing here and different places to go, but Owl Creek is just something special. So I'd recommend Owl Creek to you. Now, the next place I want to recommend for this weekend, we're going to look for we look for Pine Log Creek. Okay, here, I'm going to hit Pine Log. It's going to take me right to Pine Log. Check it out. Okay, way over by, okay, but it's got it, here's Ebro. You see where Ebro is. And basically, it starts up here on Highway 20, but it goes on through and works on down through here. It goes on into the East River. And the East River, again, is just a beautiful creek. And you see it winds through here into the Choctawhatchee River. And that whole area right there. So we're blessed with 2 river systems that are just second to none, okay? So let me move on. I got all kinds of stuff to talk about. I just don't want to spend a lot of time. And Holmes Creek, I had it written down. Okay, tarpon. You've seen the picture of tarpon. We just showed them to you. Tarpon fishing, red hot. This is the time of year, the best place to go tarpon fishing is just really off the beach, okay? And I can show you Shell Island, right here, Shell Island. Okay, here we got Shell Island. This is a lot of folks just go out to pass and just cruise up and down Shell Island. The hot spots would be down here around Crooked Island, mainly because there's not a lot of people. Crooked Island Sound, that's a good place to go. Off the tip of the Cape is really good right there. Those 2 spots there. And Destin, guys, is pretty busy over that way. And St. George Island off the tip right here. And then the best place right in here, a lot of tarpon guides go right out the pass there where we fish out of Carabel, right there. So we got that written down. Inshore, the 2 things wrote down for inshore, the redfish, the bull reds we just talked about. Again, you want to do those at around some kind of structure, like bridge pilings, outgoing tide, the big bull reds. And you see the pictures we've had this week. And okay, and the other one I wrote down, flounder. If you remember earlier on the Windsor show, I had a couple of good flounder giggers and they knew where they were going, but summertime flounder gigging is really good now. Surf fishing, it's slow right now, but let me say something real quick, and I usually on the other side of this story, but Wendy had been down at the Cape and she had a teaching friend of hers, a single mom with a couple of kids, but there's some fishermen on vacation. I know where they're from Georgia, I know because we wouldn't do this. They've had 6 rods in the water. They put them in at daylight. They leave them in all day. We don't do that. You fish a couple of hours, 3 or 4 hours for a couple of rods, and let other people enjoy the beach. I just want to pass it on to you. I'm glad I'm not down there. I would say something to them. And so the kids are having to walk down about 200 yards to find an open spot instead of right there where our beach area is. So as a surf fisherman, you've got to be responsible. You don't want to hog the place. You don't want to put out 6 rods and spread out like 50 yards where all kind of people. Share it with other people. That's just downright rude and selfish, all about me kind of attitude. And I'm usually taking the side of the fisherman, and because I do a lot of surf fishing, but be responsible. And in the middle of the day, you're not going to catch many fish in the middle of the day. Let those kids get out there and run around and swim around and all that. So I just wanted to bring that up to you. Real quick, if I was going to do surf fishing this weekend, I would go to Henderson Beach on the west end at Henderson Beach State Park. That would be some really good surf fishing. Don't leave your poles in the water all day. I got that in big capitals. Don't leave your poles in the water all day and sit out there and drink beer and that kind of stuff. All right, I got to wrap it up. I had a good week. Next week, you have a great July 4th weekend, first of all. Next week, got some guests coming in, some good videos, so all kind of good things happening. We appreciate the viewership, and we appreciate our sponsors. Y'all do something good today for someone else. Have a great July 4th weekend, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.